30 seconds left in the session.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Russell, Norris and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Tsunoda, Daniel, Ricciardo, Albon, Yuri Vips, Teo Pourchaire, Ocon, Russell, Iwasa, Doohan, Williams, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, Novalak, Richard Verschoor, Liam Lawson, Stroll, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And with me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Should we kick off our conversation with George Russell? That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
love, patriotism, and nature, and is highly recognizable across the world. If you're lucky, you might just see Daniel.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Gap to your teammate behind is 15.2 seconds. confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Keep managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay mate, race control, I'm afraid I'm not happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second penalty. Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. You need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Understood. Stopping this lap. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Green flag. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Daniel increases their championship lead. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Daniel.
Let's move on to the constructors. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
the pack, that's P1. And we're in front of Russell, Tsunoda and Piastri. Currently the fastest lap is a 1 minute 17.2. We don't currently have the data for that request.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Daniel, Russell and Lando Norris. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Welcome along then to Portimao, one of the busiest towns in the Algarve and a breathtaking destination that brings tourists from all around the world to the shores of southern Portugal. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, and with a circuit this wide, we could be in for a lot of exciting wheel-to-wheel action today. 2.9. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Iwasa, Yuri Vips, Doohan, Albon, Ocon, Novalak, Théo Pourchaire, Richard Verschoor, Liam Lawson, Ricciardo, Sargent, Magnussen, Leclerc, Stroll and Callan Williams. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're okay.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, that lead at the top has somewhat shrunk today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
But there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.